Hey traders, happy Monday and welcome to IFX Success. Let's go over, I want to go over some of the trades that were made today. And just also just to clarify some stuff, that I know that you get confused that when a particular pair, let's say, for example, let's say on gold, and right now we have 1 hour breaker bullish. And let's say that is confusing you because then you don't know if you need to buy or you need to sell. Well, the first thing and the main thing that you really need to understand is that when you're reading the dashboard, you want to read it from right to left, right? And the main idea here is that we really want to go based on our daily and 4-hour candles. When both of them are going in the same direction, just think about it. It's the stronger force going in that direction. So we need to find enough reasons just beyond those 4-hour candle and daily candle. What can we get as a breaker, whether maybe it's 15 minutes or 1 hour, that it can actually go in my direction? So of course, we're gonna go from here, and then I said if I open my dashboard and I said, oh, okay, so I have bearish candles over here, and let's say, for example, the daily was bullish, but the rest of 4-hour, 1 hour were actually bearish as well. Let's just say an example. I'm trying to obviously tweak it over here. And all you do is you're waiting for a 15-minute breaker to happen, right? That is really the main idea. We're waiting for a 15-minute, and if you like to enter on 5-minute breakers, then you can do so as well. So you don't necessarily need to wait for the whole row to be going in one direction, because then, it doesn't happen all the time. As you can tell, we don't have in every single one of them to be going in the same direction. So then you're just gonna keep waiting and waiting, and then you're never gonna get a trade. So just put in your mind and ask a question, and then, for example, let's just say, okay, I'm looking at euro dollar, we have bearish candles, or let's just say that let's just look for one that actually has one bullish and one bearish. And we have here the daily is bullish. So to you, in your mind, you're like, okay, what do I want? You need to really ask yourself that question, so that when you get the alert, you're already expecting that alert. And if you get the opposite alert, you can either take a look at it, maybe you were analyzing it wrong, and then maybe you can see that you can get a better entry. Remember, it's all about market behavior, So if I see euro yen, we have, well, right now it just turned bearish on me, but if I see most of my candles are bearish, and although I have a daily candle, it doesn't matter. It's okay, because right now I'm just worrying about the moment, unless you're worrying about long-term trading, which it could be a couple days, 2 days or 3 days trades. But of course, if this was bearish, bro, then yeah, that would be like, that's it. We can just go right away, like blinded, maybe go in and sell. But so then now I go here and I see my 4-hour breaker is bearish, and then I go here to my 4-hour zone. I'm only 25 pips away from my breaker zone, so that's not bad. Then I see here 1-hour breaker is also going in my direction. So all I do is I can either go and click on euro yen and look for either a 5-minute breaker or a wait for a 15-minute breaker. So I'm gonna open it up, and then we're gonna go see what is it that we can get out of here. So always ask yourself that question, and then maybe you can get the answer when you get that breaker. So let's say, of course, we got the breaker already, it worked out and it happened. Well, now as it is right now, it's just too late. Even if we get a breaker retest, I wouldn't want to do that. I would want to wait now for a new breaker to happen, a fresh new breaker. Why do I want to do that? Because the cycle has already ended on 15 minutes, and I'm not sure that maybe this order block over here can hold it. Maybe it can give us, but I prefer a new breaker, right? We prefer that. So let's go see 1 hour. And so right here in 1 hour, we have a bearish breaker. Obviously, we can tell that it's been running for a long time. So that 15-minute breaker, which is most likely this was the move right over here on the 15-minute, it was a short trade. And then you're also asking me, where can our stop loss be or take profit? Well, if you, let's say you get an entry, we have our daily candle, and you looked at it 1 hour, let's just say a quick chart. We take a look at 1 hour, we're like, okay, I do have a bearish breaker that is quite old, right? It's an old breaker, okay. And can I still enter if I get a 15-minute breaker? Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, if we go back to 15 minutes, it did work out, right? It worked out, but it didn't just keep on going lower and lower. And what you need to keep in mind is that, okay, we have a number 3 right over here. The entry most likely was this candle right over here. Let me just make this bigger. This move down right over here, and then we know that this is what is support, right? So you already need to know and expect that if you get a 15-minute breaker, let's say when you look at the dashboard and then you want to filter out some pairs, and then you're interested in some pairs that might look promising, then you should already open them up and see, okay, if I enter, where can I get out? Where is the possible exit that, is this thing gonna keep on running, or what is it going on? And then we can tell here that, we have this number 3 here, and then as obviously, well, the market didn't keep on going lower from there, it just bounced off. We have here some Bollingers that I use as either take profit or stop loss, So we definitely got to here. This is a 3, and then from there is bouncing off. So that euro yen entry right here on 15 minutes was just a short entry. So right now, if I would like to re-enter, I would really have to wait until the market goes a little bit higher, or maybe now I should just rethink it. But if I go to my 4-hour time frame, I know that when we have conflicts on different time frames, just think about this. The market is retracing, so just think about this. Okay, what is the market doing in 4 hours? In 4 hours, the market gave us a sell over here, right? What does the market usually do, right? The markets go up to keep on going lower, right? So even if you get, 1 hour is already exhausted, 1 hour time frame was already, it already went down long enough, then what we need to is that I prefer now for the market to keep on going higher to get a better sell, right? To give me a breaker retest in 4 hours in order for me to expect a 15-minute breaker again. So now, is it possible to maybe look for a buy and maybe grab this opportunity buying over here? It could be, it is possible, because I mean, I do take advantage of every move the market can give me, obviously making sure that I am going in the right direction. Do I get all the trades right? No, of course not. But at least now my 4 hour, this is my expectation that the market now came down. It should now go up a little bit to keep on going down on a 4 hour time frame. So now if you go based on 4 hour and 15-minute breaker, now that's it. All you have to do is wait. Possibly, maybe this could take up to tomorrow, another day, or it can, obviously we have a daily bearish candle. So this could take maybe a couple hours, maybe later on today, maybe 8 more hours until maybe it comes back and retraces and to keep on going lower. So just always think about that. Don't just assume that, okay, just because the market, you have a bearish breaker, you're just going to sell over here and expect the market to go down. Well, if you want to do that, you need to expect that you're going to be in a big drawdown on a bigger time frame. So under the 1 hour time frame right now, we are already exhausted. It already went down. Most likely we might get a bullish breaker. And why are we going to get a bullish breaker? Because most likely the market is going to go up a little bit to eventually come back down again. So can we take advantage of that? Yeah, we could do that. It's just that those trades are a little bit riskier. You might not get a lot of pips out of that. But yes, you could do that. I just like to, enter hopefully with the daily candle as well. So just think about that, so don't let it confuse you when you already have different stuff going on in here. What you need to do is, what are you looking for? The dashboard is already giving you enough information for you to decipher and really decide what is it that you want to do. So now let's take a look at one trade that I took today. Well, I'm gonna go over two trades that I took today. One that was not working out, and then eventually I decided to go on the other way because why not? I mean, it was going in that direction. Why should I just not take it? So this is pound CAD, and on pound CAD, if we take a look at in here, well, we did have at the moment, I think there was, when I got a breaker, it was only the 4-hour candle was bearish, and a breaker was actually over here. Okay, this was a breaker right over here, which I'm going to draw it myself. So the breaker was here. This was a 3 before. Remember, the market is not constant. The market is always moving. So when people ask, oh, does it repaint? Well, what do you think? I mean, do you think the market just goes up and then it gets, like expect the market to return right there and then? I mean, it's just, I don't understand how people so afraid of that the market is moving higher and higher, because that's what the market does. It's just the people are so afraid of indicators that they repaint. But if you don't understand the whole market structure, then that's why you're scared of it. But anyways, so what happened was that there was a breaker over here on an entry, which I'm going to look for it. I'm going to open the Telegram over here, my Telegram, which you can actually join as well. And this was my entry right over here. Okay, so this was the pound CAD entry, right? Let me just make this bigger because I can't actually see it. But so this was the pound CAD entry that I posted on Telegram, and as you're able to tell, we had a break it over here, and my 4-hour candle was bearish, right? And I did say if the daily candle was bearish, I would have liked that entry much better, because to me it's very important to know that, hey, if I'm going with the daily candle, to me it's a much stronger entry. So I entered and the market went down just a little bit. I was like, okay, maybe we can get a retracement over here to keep on going lower. But then I keep seeing my daily candle was so strong. And then I also was looking at all the CADs pairs. I was looking at dollar CAD and euro CAD and Australian CAD, that they were actually going up, right? So to me, that was like a ding, 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 ding. Like, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to get out. So I got out negative, and I got a bullish breaker on 5 minutes. So to me, it was like, you know what? Get out. You got a bullish breaker on 5 minutes. All the CAD pairs are actually going up. You're going, if you're gonna wait, you're actually against that daily candle. So I decided instead to buy, which to me was actually much better. And then that's what I actually said that on the Instagram here, on the Telegram, that we were going to, I got out and then I re-entered, and then this is what happened with that entry. So I got out with 40 pips right over here. So I entered and I was out with 40 pips on that, and obviously it worked out. So we just quickly need to analyze what is going on with the market. If I quickly notice that I entered the wrong direction, and then I just I need to enter on the right direction, well, I just got out and entered on the other side, and then that was it. It doesn't happen all the time, but at least I was quick enough to find out that I needed to get out. If I didn't, then obviously I would have been negative for a lot, or being maybe a 30 pip stop loss, which that wouldn't have been not good at all. But at least I was able to see, hey, maybe I am in the wrong direction. Let me get out. And that's exactly what happened. So I really want you to really pay attention to other pairs that are related to the one that you're trading, so that can give you a hint what is it going on. There are sometimes that there's one pair that acts quicker than the others, and then that way you can actually take advantage. Like you can say here, dollar CAD, right over here, you know, it went up. It was so nice, you know, as well, you know. So I was able to see that dollar CAD was actually going stronger to the upside. So I'm like, you know what, I think I am in the wrong direction selling, so let me just get out. And I got out negative. So now the other trade that I got in, which actually worked out very nicely, was Australian dollar. Okay, and of course, you know, right now this is all old, I mean, because this happened already a long time ago. But if I, you know, when I got in on that Australian dollar, we had bearish candles, just like how you see it over here. And my 4 hour, we had a 4 hour breaker. I'm not sure if the 1 hour breaker was already established, was already there. Okay, so yeah, it was already there. It was an old breaker, but still was there. If you take a look at 4 hours, it's actually nice and fresh breaker, so it's nice. So I got on a 15-minute. I got in over here, and I got out with 30 pips on that. Okay, so I can show you the trade on the Telegram that I actually entered on that pair right over here. You know, I showed it that I entered earlier, right over here, and then that's pretty much it. So, and then I got over here that I got out with you know, it was 20 pips, and then I got out with it with 30 pips, and then obviously just kept on going lower. But why was it a nice entry? Well, because my 4 hour breaker was fresh. I already had also an established 1 hour breaker, and then my daily and my 4 hour candles were going in my direction. So to me, that was like a no-brainer entry, and then it just kept on going lower and lower. So I entered over here, retraced a little bit, and then it just kept on going lower. And then that was it. So what I just want you to think about it is that there are times that it's going to take longer, you know, like sometimes, yeah, maybe you only have 2 hours to trade, and then maybe in those 2 hours you might not get an opportunity. And then sometimes we, you know, we want to enter so badly that we might make mistakes, right? And I just want you to be careful. You know, I do have a lot more time to put into the market to actually see, you know, maybe there are times that I trade the London and the New York session, but there are times that I might miss the London session, and then I just wait for the New York session. But yes, I mean, there are times that you might not get what you want. So it's best, if you didn't get an entry, just it's best that you don't enter, and then at least you didn't lose just because you wanted to enter, right? So please, you know, be careful, you know, how you analyze and what questions you asking yourself, or what you're waiting for. So all you have to do is ask the question, what am I looking for? And then when you get that alert, then you already know that was what you were looking for. So right now I have an Australian CAD M5 alert, right? Australian CAD, and wow, this thing just keeps on going lower. I missed out a lot on that. And so when I look at Australian CAD, where is it over here? I don't even think I have it in here. So what do I do is that I take a look at 4 hours, and then I'm like, okay, I do have a 4 hour breaker. My 1 hour, everything looks good. My 1 hour is bullish, but you know what? I am going to enter on this trade because 4 hours and daily are actually bearish at this moment. And there were some bullish opportunities before, but so this was a 5-minute entry, right over here. This was a 5-minute entry. 5-minute entries are a little bit risky. 50, you know, sometimes it's best to wait for a 15-minute breaker. So sometimes I don't even think about it. I'm like, I see my 4 hour, my daily candle had a breaker. I went to my 4 hour information, and we are close to a daily 4 hour zone. So I'm like, is it possible that it could work? I'm like, yes, it is possible. I mean, I just, you know, we can't think about it too much. By the time we think about it too much, the trade is gone, and then you just miss your opportunity. So this is just what I want you to do. You know, like, you have to really think about it quickly and make a decision, and you know, just kind of go with the flow. But yeah, there are times when we make mistakes. Like that mistake I made on pound CAD, I thought I was going really into the down direction, although I knew that I didn't like my daily candle. So I was able to act quick on that, get out, and go in the opposite direction when I got an alert, right? So that's pretty much what I want you to do. I know that sometimes, we get confused by seeing so much information, but now with the dashboard, you have a lot more pairs that don't expect to trade them all at once. It's just that now, if one pair, one day, New Zealand dollar might not give you anything, it's your favorite pair, or Euro dollar is your favorite pair, but then that day is just not really giving you anything, or at least maybe another pair can give you the chance to enter the market, right? So that's pretty much what I want you to do. Don't expect to trade every single pair. Don't expect everything to be bullish or bearish in order for you to enter. You just need to be quick and say, okay, I got my daily, I got my 4 hour, I go quickly to my 4 hours. Obviously I didn't have it over here, so I couldn't really quickly see my dashboard to understand it, but at least I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna think about it. If it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, and then I'll just get out, right? But at least I'm going based on more reasons that this trade is going to work my way than it is actually not. And my stop loss, should be really a little bit above over here on this number 3, just a little bit above here. And I really don't use much of a stop loss. I really go more based on market behavior, how I feel with the market. And my take profit on this, I kind of go take a look at maybe 1 hour. Maybe I do have some 1 hour. We do have an uptrend. Could be a short uptrend, because if you take a look at here, the 4 hour breaker and then the 1 hour breaker, here, bullish and breaker. The distance between these two are too short, right? What we're looking for is long distances that, when they happen, like let's say this breaker compared to this breaker, maybe obviously this one didn't go out for too long, but we want, like, let me just show you better. We want some good distance breakers, right? Now I don't have sorry, history over here, but let's say this one, actually this was a breaker over here, right over here. This was a breaker, this one right over here, and the market went up. So it was a nice run. It was a nice distance from here to here until I got my next breaker to go down. And I don't know if the market's gonna keep on going lower or higher. I mean, I don't know, but at least for right now, I could say that, hey, I'm not gonna ignore it. I do have a bullish breaker in 1 hour. So to me, my stop loss or my take profit should be somewhere close to here, unfortunately, or maybe actually to this. This is the ADR. Also use ADR as a take profit. So it's possible that it can actually reach right over here. So right now we just had this pair, we just had on 15 minutes, the bearish breaker on 15 minutes. So we can expect now the market to give us a small retracement to maybe keep on going lower, and that will be all, right? So like I said, I act quickly sometimes I do make mistakes, don't get me wrong, but I just want you to be quick on this, and if you don't get a breaker, then don't enter just to enter. Expect, wait for the breaker. So this helps you to be more focused and more disciplined, especially more disciplined, that if you don't get a breaker entry and it does not align with your plan, then don't enter. This way you're going to be able to bite your finger and really wait for the best entries that you can actually become consistent. That's the only way to become consistent, is to actually bite your fingers and then avoid entries that are not good. So for today, it was okay, market to be in a Monday. So this was my pound cat sell entry that I got out quickly, but then I was able to quickly recoup over here. There was just this entry right over here, Euro CAD. Actually, I got out by mistake, and it actually went up really nicely. So let's take a look at Euro CAD. Let me show you where I actually enter on this one. I believe I entered based on a 5-minute breaker. I don't even remember anymore. I don't see it. Let me actually drop it in here and see where was this entry. Okay, so my entry was over here, and the market went all the way up, and I don't know why I really got out. You know, that's one of those things. That's why I really want you to, you know, learn to analyze, you know, after your daily you know, your trading or weekly. And I'm like, why did I get out? So obviously this was a bad mistake. It went up all the way to where I knew it was gonna go up to, which was the top ADR. And then, so whoops, oh well, you know, I missed out on that. The daily candle was bullish. And let's take a look at here, Euro CAD. You know, we had a bullish daily, we had a bullish 4 hour, we had bullish 4 hour and daily candle. So everything's actually going in my direction. I just don't know why I didn't. I just know why I got out of this one, but it's okay, you know. So just please, you know, try to really follow your own rules. You know, ask yourself the questions, and then when you get the alert, that will be your answer to either enter or not on those trades. And so that's it. So if you have any questions, please let me know. You can comment below, or you can actually join the Telegram so you can become part of the group and just, you know, trade if this is what you like to trade. All right, traders, thank you, and I'll see you in the next one.